What's up, everybody? We are back with the Magic and Andrew MMA show, episode 54, UFC Vegas 66 this Saturday. Jared Cannonier taking on Sean Strickland in the middleweight division, last UFC card of 2022. Sure has been a fun one, and we're ready to break it down one more time. Without further ado, Magic, I know you're falling asleep a bit here, so a Journey Newson versus Sergey Morozov matchup should do the trick of waking you up. What are you thinking about this one?
Yeah, like, people don't realize like the gravity of the situation. I was like this close of calling in sick for the job tonight. Like, fuck it, we are not doing it. Mm,
Dedication.
yeah, I'm a man of fucking sheer will and commitment. I think Morozov deserves to be a big favorite here. Newson is not all that. Morozov has a clear path to victory. Wrestling, probably better on the feet too. It's not that Newsom is bad, but he won and he won all right, but he had kind of a competitive fight with Fernie Garcia. Mm, Big red flag. Fernie Garcia is a potato. Yeah, I think Morozov covers. I think he's going to win probably inside the distance.
Cool. Yeah, I was thinking about playing Morozov at his early price. I ended up passing, but I think 75% ish is about right for Morozov. He should get takedowns here. He should get it done. I have his prize picks over 2 takedowns. So for those of you who play prize picks, but yeah, the pick is Morozov for both of us. Next up, Manel Kopp taking on David Dvorak. Manel Kopp minus 250. Do you agree with that line, or do you think Dvorak's a live dog here?
Yeah, I think he's the side clearly. Like Cup,
That's a
Manel
great
Cup.
comment.
Yeah, that wasn't competitive. I have to have my victory lap here. That wasn't competitive.
Amen.
Topuria is going to fight someone like, I don't know. Ortega is not taking the fight, but he's going to fight like Cater, and people are going to be, oh, Cater, this is different ball game now, and he's going to assassinate Cater too, for sure. Yeah, which was the fight?
Uh,
Cater.
can you hear me
David,
still?
I'm getting like Kiko now.
Okay. Sorry. Should be good now.
Yeah, David Dorak. I think Manel Cap needs a knockout to justify his price here. That's pretty much it. I mean, Dorak is a good fighter. Like, he's a really good fighter. Maybe people are getting a wrong image of him because he got hurt in his last fight against a very good flyweight in Nicolau. Dorak is a good fighter. He has very good volume. He can grapple if he needs it. He has power. He's a very complete fighter. I think he's clearly the side, and if he doesn't die, I'm confident he's going to look like good value. If he dies, okay, he died, whatever, and you can say, oh, he died, but he was still the side. Classic.
Yeah, I like Dvorak here too. I don't think Cop KOs him at a super high clip. He got hurt a couple times in his last fight, but it's still 125 pounds. And Dvorak, I think he's pretty solid all around. Good technical fighter. He probably has a bit of a volume edge on Cop. I definitely think the odds are wide here. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and pick Dvorak to win too. So how's that? Try that one on for size. So we both like Dvorak here. Brian Battle taking on Renat. um, this is a tough one.
Fagret enough. Fagret
Fakhretdinov.
enough. I mean, this is clearly a made-up name because he's
Yeah.
probably a criminal or something. Real name Rinat Muhammad.
Do you like the do you like Renat the criminal here, or are you on Brian Battle?
I'm not impressed with this guy.
Which guy?
Um, no, I was reading the comments. Sorry,
uh,
I'm not impressed with this guy. His debut was a very awkward performance. It was his first decision after 15 stoppage wins. He fought Michaelidis, who fucking sucks and was coming down in weight, and yeah, he dominated the grappling because it was a grappling fest. But I didn't really. I mean, it wasn't impressive all around. He can wrestle obviously, but the kind of wrestling you would expect from the average Eastern Bloc fighter, you know what I mean? There was nothing special about it. He was just grappling some Michaelidis. And Brian Battle is like kind of an expert at getting beat up or grappled and coming back, finding a back take, finishing people. I think this is going to be vintage Brian Battle. Like he did Petrosky, like he did all these people, and he finds a finish later in the fight. That's my pick. And I think the number is very good.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to play it or not, but I'm leaning the battle side as well. I think the most impressive thing about Hinat's last fight was his ability to do it over 3 rounds. I kind of expected him to wilt after a round and a half, 2 rounds of hard wrestling, but he was able to keep it up through 3 rounds again, and that's against a former champion of the world. The guy who took a round off the current champion of the world, and Andres Michailidis, who is in everyone's Mount Rushmore of MMA fighters. But yeah, I don't think he's a threat. In all seriousness, I don't think he's much of a threat from top. Like, I think his path to victory is just a wrestling-based decision. Battle probably going to do more damage on the feet. I think he's a better striker. If anyone is going to create a scramble and find a submission, it's probably him. But I do think he's going to get held down for periods of time. So if you put a gun to my head, I take Battle at the current odds, just the plus 125. I'm considering it, not sure if I will or not, but I'll pick him for podcast sake. I don't even want to talk about this next one. Rafa Garcia versus Mahashate, because I know what's coming. What do you like here?
I passed. I have nothing.
Wow. Let's go.
I mean, like, we have no idea if Majestate can wrestle or not. He probably can because he's the best fighter in the roster, but
He can't.
I don't know. He has the touch of death. That was fucking McGregor-esque. That full counter, that was like prime Conor McGregor. He fucking killed Steve Garcia. That face planted him like that was elite, bro. I don't know how that happened. Like I was thinking, oh, he may get a knockout, but not like that. That was like prime elite striking. Yeah, Rafa Garcia can take a punch and he can wrestle and he has serviceable jiu-jitsu, and Majestate is like we don't really know where he's at because he was a blind betting contenders at plus 400 and we have seen a pull counter knockout inside a minute, so whatever. But yeah, I mean, like gut feeling, hard pick, Majestate by knockout. Probably Majestate by knockout in some stupid parlay because I'm a degenerate, but yeah, nothing on the fight. Doesn't go plus 150 is a good look, but I'm not convinced.
Yeah, I'm on Garcia here. I bet him minus 115. Like, I feel like you just have to do it. If you take a look at Garcia's stats, he took down Drakkar Klose 3 times. He took down Jesse Ronson 3 times. He took down Natan Levy 7 times. You have to think, given the wrestling upside, the level of competition upside, you've seen him go a full 3 rounds. I mean, Mahashate, or however you pronounce that, was like pretty even. He's actually was dead even at distance strikes against a guy on Contender Series. He killed Steve Garcia in a minute. Yeah, I just think Garcia is the more proven guy here. I had to take him at close to a pick him. So pick is Garcia for me. We'll see if Mahashate could ruin my night again. Next fight, the odds, a very rare occurrence of the odds going against me. I bet on Said Nurmagomedov at minus 105 against Sadyokub Kakramanov, and he's minus 102 and even plus 100 in some spots right now. I'm really surprised by that line. I think Said was just minus 450-ish against Douglas Silva de Andrade. Big favorite against Cody Stamann. I think this is a weird line, and I'm kind of confused by it, considering adding more. But Said's really hard to hold down. He's a very good distance striker. He's dynamic. I don't think Sadio. They have like similar names, so it's hard to say. I don't think Kakramanov can compete with him on the feet. I mean, he can compete with him, but I just don't think he could beat him on the feet. He might be able to mix in a couple takedowns, but like I said, Said's really hard to hold down. I think Coyote Barcelos went like 2 for 7 on takedowns, really only started holding Said down until in the 3rd round. So I'm on Nurmagomedov here. What do you like?
Yeah, I like Said big time here, like big time. I think he should be a big favorite. Not that maybe not a big favorite, but at least 2-1 or something like that. I'm not sure where, like with certainty, but I will make him a decent size favorite. Kakramonov is a strange fighter, man. I've seen him many times. He looks different every time. I don't know. Sometimes he gasses. I was expecting him. I mean, I got that fight against Ronnie Lawrence all wrong. I think a lot of people did. I expected Lawrence to dominate, but he just couldn't deal with the judo and the throws, and that was the fight. But in the fight against Trevin Jones, we saw Kakramonov gas horribly. He looked horrible on bottom, and Said is just fucking good. Like he's real good, and he's very difficult to take down. And if he cannot take him down, he's fucked probably on the feet. He's an elite striker. Even if he can get takedowns, he bounces like a frog up, and I don't know. He has a very dangerous submission game too. I like him here. I think he's going to finish Kakramonov. Kakramonov submission defense and bottom game is putrid. Like I don't know if people have seen the Trevin Jones fight, but Trevin Jones was dying, and every time he got on top, he could have finished that fight easily. That was a fucking meme of a fight.
Cool. Yep. So we both like Nurmagomedov here. Next fight, Jake Matthews minus 300 versus Matthew Semmelsberger. Do you like anything in this fight, or do you think Matthews big favorite justified?
The line looks alright, but Jake Matthews does this thing where, apart from looking different in each fight, he like has 2 wins against, and then loses against someone that he shouldn't be losing to, and then it starts all over again. He has a massive gross grappling edge here. If he grapples, he should dominate the fight and probably find a submission. If he strikes, this probably gets scary, but I like Matthews to get a finish here. Semi the Jedi is a good fighter, like big hitter, striker, but that's all he is. I thought he was going to lose his last fight against the AJ kid, and somehow he won. Yeah. But I don't think that was a very repeatable outcome. You know what I mean? Like, I think if they fight again, I will expect him to lose again, even if he won.
Yeah, I had nothing on that first fight, but when I was watching it, I was like, oh man, this looked like an easy bet.
Me neither. I didn't have nothing. I think maybe I have finished or something like that. But I was like, he can clean him grappling. That was a strange fight.
Yeah. Let's see. This is tough. I just bet on Jake Matthews as an underdog against Andre Fialho. He looked like a good size favorite in that fight. He's minus 300 here, and it's like I could only bet Semmelsberger at current price. But do I really want to? Because I think Matthews, if he grapples, he's probably a big. He covers his price if he grapples. But he just fought Fialho, didn't try to shoot a takedown once. I don't know why he would do it here. On the feet, I still favor him, but just not by a lot. I don't know. I'm
because
probably going to end up passing, but what's that?
Because he's a Sigma male. He's not grappling. Have you seen his Twitter lately?
No.
He's like top G Tate.
Oh, yeah. That's
but Australian version.
I mean, he sure looked like a top G in that last fight. He knocked out Fialho. That was sweet.
Yeah, he looked good, but that was Fialho, you know.
Just wearing a cut-off T-shirt. It's been a hot topic of the chat. But yeah, I'm picking Matthews to win. I don't know if I'll have a bet. I could only bet Semmelsberger at this price. I also don't think the under. What do you think the under 2.5 plus money? I feel like it's not a bad look.
I mean, Matthews inside the distance plus 188. It's obviously the move.
Fair enough. Next fight, we've got Wynn versus Marquez got canceled. We have Corey McKenna taking on Cheyenne. What?
I mean, this is not something you should be laughing at, okay? But I just find I imagine it in my head, and it's funny. Like, imagine you are in the PI, like doing they do like tours for people, right? That are visiting the PI and things like that. Imagine you are going up the stairs and fucking the wrong wing comes down rolling. There could be casualties. I'm glad he's all right. He's apparently all right.
That's good news. What do you think of? I think we're on differing sides here. What do you think about Corey McKenna versus Cheyenne Vlismas?
I have nothing here. Who told you that?
You did.
No, I didn't. I think Cheyenne is going to win, but at 2-1 favorite, almost I cannot trust a girl in a girl's fight when she doesn't have the grappling upside. If there is any grappling upside at all, like McKenna maybe could get on top and steal the fight, but she has the physicality of a not 3, but maybe 10-year-old girl. Like, it's insane how little physicality she has. If she gets on top, she wins. On the feet, she's going to get lit up.
Yeah, I think the thing about this fight, I agree with you that her physicality isn't all that, but she's only 23. She's getting better with every fight. And I don't think Vlismas is a good wrestler. I mean, Martin in her last fight was only really shooting to like a body lock and wasn't able to drag her down, but kind of shoots to the legs. And I think if she can, I'm not saying she's going to take her down and maul her, but I think she can mix in takedowns here. I favor Vlismas slightly in the striking, but I don't think she's going to like mollywop her on the feet. I think the line should be closer. I'm on McKenna here, plus 165. I do think she's going to be able to mix in takedowns. Just don't really like what I've seen from Cheyenne's wrestling defense. Like I said, against Mallory Martin, who, with no disrespect, as you like to say, is not UFC caliber. She was kind of just
Come on.
shooting too far. Sorry, I was too far. But yeah, I don't know. I think Corey McKenna's going to be able to mix in takedowns here. I like her at plus 165. Yeah, I agree with that. She was
I
only
think there
trying to
is
drag
like
her down.
a big fade of Cheyenne Blitzmas coming up, but not here. But eventually she's going to get a really good striker and she's going to get fucking lit up because she thinks she's like the Karate Kid and she's not.
Yeah, remember that what was the fight? I didn't have anything on it, but she was a big favorite against someone. Elise Reed, was it?
Cheyenne?
No, McKenna, when she didn't wrestle.
Yeah, I had her and I thought she won still, but that was like horrendous performance.
I'd be a little surprised. KOs in that weight class aren't really.
She cannot punch. Maybe if she kicks her in the head or something, but she doesn't really have power.
Yeah, I mean her one knockout was like a fluke where the girl was getting up and she just kicked it like the perfect
Yeah, I
time.
mean, if it was a knockout, but it could have been a DQ the same way.
Yeah, it was like that close.
Yeah,
Anyway, Cody Brundage taking on Mikal Olisejak. That is beautiful
yeah
pronunciation right there.
I can sense a square take coming here, like you like to say. Like you are for sure going to bet on the wrestler here.
Okay. So I actually only have one bet on a fight right now. I bet the under 1.5 at minus 105.
Okay, that's
I think that whoever wins this fight is going to do so like pretty dominantly. I think if I do think Brundage is a live dog. I might end up with a bet on him. Mikal's wrestling defense, grappling defense against Jimmy Crute looked absolutely horrendous. I think if Brundage gets him to the mat, he really could go to work on top. I think if Mikal keeps it on the feet, he's going to knock Brundage out. So I really think under 1.5 at Pick'em or better was really solid spot. I'm picking Mikal to win the fight. I do think the line is wide. I'd probably have him at like 65% maybe. I think that's a fair number. I just think it's gotten a little bit out of hand now. Even 65, it's like, all right, you better like if Brundage gets a takedown, it's probably not going to look like, I don't know. I'm rambling here, but I like the under. I like Brundage, but I'm not sure if I'll play Brundage. What do you like?
I think Brandrage, or I don't really know how to say it properly. Cody. He's Cody
Yeah,
for me. I think Cody's going to die. Like
yeah.
Michal, I mean, he hits stupid hard. I don't think people realize how hard this guy hits. He hits ridiculous hard and he goes to the body very well. He's very fast too, good counter puncher, and he sprawls. He looked fantastic against Sam Alvey. That was Sam Alvey, okay, but whatever. This guy was going like head to head, mano a mano with gigantic light heavyweights like Jacoby, who is a good striker. I thought he won that fight. Now at middleweight, he's only going to look better. I don't think Cody is that good of a grappler that he's going to dominate him on the mat, or I don't think he's going to get him down. But if he does, I think he can get up. I think that the size was a big factor at light heavyweight. He's not even a big middleweight, but he may be a contender at middleweight. I think his grappling problems may be getting overblown by people. Cody is going to be like the hipster pick of the week for sure. I expect a lot of people on Cody. I think he's going to die in like 2 minutes.
Now I have to bet. I want to be a hipster. Don't compare Crute to Brundage. I mean, on paper, Brundage has a much better is a better wrestler than Crute. Crute's just probably
Yeah,
better jiu-jitsu.
what would happen if they fought?
I mean, Crute's a better striker. Crute
Yeah,
would
we're
probably
talking
beat
about
him on the
Crute.
feet.
Crute will go like bonk, fight over.
Yeah,
It's
Crute
a
would
light
beat him on
heavyweight, bro.
fight. But also, Crute looked like a minus 400 favorite, maybe more against Mikal. So it's not like
Yeah, but
crazy
how
deals.
many mat returns did he need? And he's a big guy.
Like 6, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. Is Brundage going to need 6 mat returns?
No, because he's not getting one.
I don't know. That's the thing is, if he can't get him down, Mikal's going to knock him out. If he can, Brundage is going to look like the favorite. It's a
What
weird fight.
Dalcha did to Cody is not a great look coming into this, in my opinion.
What do you say?
The Dalcha fight, I mean, yeah, he got a guillotine, but that was not a great look.
That was easy money. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I had Cody by submission. No sweat.
No sweat.
His also I think his body language is a problem. Like he could,
Yeah,
I don't think he was that hurt in that fight, but
me neither.
he was almost forcing the referee to stop it because his body language was horrible, like so negative. If Mikal hits him once very hard and he turns into a ball, fight over.
Yeah. Oh man, we got your main event. How many Bobby Greens are on Bobby Green versus Drew Dober?
I hate that I didn't bet this. I think Dover is going to win, but the numbers don't really make it for me, like any number. And he's so hittable. And Bobby runs so much. He's a runner. He runs marathons and throws 30 jabs, lands 2, and pretends he's Floyd Mayweather. And people are like, "Oh, is this the best striker in the UFC?" Oh, and some journalist goes and does an article telling you how Bobby Green is the MMA's Floyd Mayweather and should be paid $20 million for fight. It's horrible every time he fights. Have you seen his press conference?
No.
The worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I watched it in a tweet like 20 seconds. Don't watch. He looked like Dalsim from Street Fighter, you know, the guy with the elastic arms. Bro,
I
you are
don't know
not a man of
who
culture.
that is.
Yeah, I mean, I think Dover is going to win late stoppage or decision, but if it goes to decision, it may get Haiti because he's going to get hit clean a lot. But Dover is going to be landing the bigger kicks, bigger punches. Bobby Green rarely does get stopped, but again, Dover wins by stoppage most of the time. I think his last 6 or 7 wins have been by stoppage. I think Dover is going to win round 3 stoppage, but yeah, the numbers are not. I will end up playing Dover round 3, okay, but not now, not yet.
Yeah, I don't. This is probably the fight I have the least strong opinion on the entire card. I just think it's going to be a relatively close striking fight. Dober a little bit bigger of a hitter. That's pretty much all I got. I think it'll be a relatively close decision. I do think this one hits the card. I don't hate the over at minus 175. Both these
It's
guys
2.5.
pretty durable.
2.5 is the over.
Yeah. I don't think I'll play it, but I don't know. If I had to make a bet here, that's probably what I'd do.
I want Dover to fold him like a chair.
He accused 10-year-old Makachev. Interesting.
Yeah, he was like, do you know that he watched a video or something? And he was like, he looked drunk at the press conference, by the way. He was like, yeah, Mahachev was living in this village and they were giving him vitamins, vitamins. He said that he saw some video that they were giving steroids to kids in Dagestan, and that's why it makes sense how strong Makhachev felt when he grabbed him and took his manhood. Essentially, that's what he said. Incredible! It's an incredible video.
What do you gain from saying that? What does he gain? I don't get
Nothing,
that.
but he doesn't expect to get nothing, to gain nothing. He's just stupid, you know.
Like, do you think people will look at that and be like, "Oh, it doesn't count as a loss because he was on steroids when he was 10"?
I mean, for 2 minutes, he almost beat Makhachev. I mean, it was right there. He had it right where he wanted.
That's where the Bobby Greens originated, right? That fight.
I don't know. I think it was maybe earlier.
I don't know. I think it was that one. We have to go back and look at some point.
I don't know. Could be that one.
Is that your favorite fight of the year?
No, because I think it was Herb Dean stop it very early. I agree with Bobby Green. I would have like maybe 100 more punches. He was like, he got hit with maybe 40 unanswered punches, and Herb didn't stop the fight, and he's like, hey bro, I have only been hit with 40 unanswered punches, like let me get another 40. He wasn't moving an inch, you know what I mean? He was just
Bobby Green was on it. Yeah, that's an episode I'll skip personally. Juicy J, Julian Rosa taking on Alex Caceres. Juicy J is the kind of guy I like to bet when he's an underdog. I don't like to bet him when he's a favorite. I'm just passing here. I think he wins, but he just not the kind of guy I trust as a favorite. I know you're a fan of his, not a fan of his, but you bet on him a lot. There's a difference, obviously. Are you betting on him again here?
No, I think he's going to get stopped.
Ooh.
But I'm a big fan of Juicy J. Yeah, he's a legend. Julian Rosa.
You say it's all you say it's always Juicy J season.
Juicy J. It's always Juicy J season. Caceres inside the distance is a big number. Erosa gets hurt. When he fights rangy people that are fast, good counter punchers, he gets hurt. Yeah, I mean, I don't think this is a great style matchup for him. If Erosa win, I expect it to be by submission. I played 5-10s by submission plus 325 a little bit to kind of cover myself because I don't think it's going the distance. And if Caceres loses, he's getting submitted. I'm pretty confident about that. But I think it's going to hurt Erosa and either put him out or find a choke or something. Caceres low-key is on a pretty good run until the Sodiq Yusuf fight. He fought and beat good people and looked good. And Sodiq Yusuf, who a lot of people act like he's the second coming of Jesus Christ, he needed to start grappling to beat Caceres because he was losing on the feet, and he arguably lost the fight. I saw people. I mean, I thought he won, but I saw people scoring it for Caceres. Yeah, I like him here. I think with a win, maybe it could be a good fight for Topuria if he cannot get anyone. Caceres. Maybe in London in March. Have you seen Vettori? Yeah, I sent it to you. Vettori versus Dolice in London.
Yeah, you sent it to me. It's a great fight.
Yeah. Close one. Could go either way.
Do you remember what I responded with?
Yeah. When one of us go to war, we all go to war on the Italian flag.
That's right. We got to back our guy. He's like the only decent Italian MMA fighter.
I mean, you have Adam Piccolotti. And this other guy that lost by knockout to Dwight, the Great White.
Pedersoli, Carlo Pedersoli.
Yeah, Carlo Pedersoli. He wasn't all that bad.
He was okay. I think he lost. Wait, he was fighting in like Cage Warriors or something.
Yeah, he won.
No, I think he fought recently in Cage Warriors. I think everyone was betting him and he lost. I can't remember. Let me look it up. It was the opposite. Everyone was betting the other guy and he won.
Yeah. He won.
He's on a 3-fight winning streak. Maybe they bring him back. Oh yeah, did Chirico?
Didn't he retire?
Sabatello,
also he sucks.
I'm not ready to talk about that one yet. I know I made money on the fight. I'm not ready yet. It's too soon.
Did you see the Sabatello, like what he said about the fight?
What did he say? I saw
the guy goes out and says like, how is it possible that one judge has the fight 50-45 and the other two got it wrong?
That's hysterical. He's funny as hell.
Yeah, he's an idiot, but I like him. He's good for MMA.
He's gonna beat a lot of those. He's gonna beat most of those guys.
People were saying, I mean, the fight was a stupid high level. I like the fight.
Yeah, good fight.
The grappling was insane. People were saying, "Oh, what a letdown!" Whatever. I think it was a good fight. I would like to watch it again.
Yeah.
But also, there were people telling me, "Oh, on Twitter, these two wouldn't be top 15 in the UFC, bro. These two would be maybe top 5."
Let me see their rankings. I don't know. Like, I feel like Sabatello's game he'd wreck some people, and then he'd like run into a wall. Like Sterling would kill him. Like Jan would kill him.
You think Sterling will kill Sabatello?
Yeah, I don't think he could hold Sterling down, dude. Sterling's a big 135. He's a good wrestling background.
I mean, I think Sabatello gets Cory Sandhagen and rides him like a con.
He might. Yeah, that's a great one. I like that.
But like easy.
But what about like Ricky Simone or like Yadong Song or
I would pick Sabatello against Simone.
What's that?
Yeah. I would pick Sabatello against Simone.
I like that.
And against Merab too.
Really?
Yeah. He's better wrestler than I thought. The problem he has is he doesn't realize in MMA you have to punch people, but he's a great wrestler.
Dude, I feel like if he just threw more from top against Stotts, he probably would have got the decision.
I mean, but Stotts is such a good grappler himself, and he's a
Yes.
beast. I think it was one of these that he was grappling him, and he was thinking, if I let go just half a second, this guy is up. You know what I mean?
See, but, all right, like, how could you like? I get it if you don't think he's like amazing, but how could you think that guy sucks? Like, he just fought Stotts, who's one fight away from being the Bellator champ, to a split decision where a lot of people thought he won. I don't know. I like Sabatello is 100% good. He's elite wrestling.
I think he says Pat Sabatini.
Why would we be talking about Pat Sabatini?
I don't know. His name is Danny Sabatello, right?
Oh, maybe. Yeah, maybe I got that
I don't
wrong.
know. Maybe he's just wrong. I don't know.
I don't know. But yeah, Patchy beating Stotts. That's an interesting fight. I think I probably favor Stotts there. You?
Yes, that's real good.
Stotts is good. And that's why I was so impressed that Sabatello was like holding him down and stuff, because he's
For
hard.
some reason, I get Tico. Not sure why.
How about now?
Yeah. I think everyone, every time Stotts fights, everyone is acting like he cannot go 5 rounds, and that was fucking impressive against Sabatello. He looked very good. I think he's a top bantamweight in the world. Yeah, Sabatello versus O'Malley would be tremendous. Like, I would bet my entire bankroll on Sabatello.
the build up
Make or break.
The build up to that would be insane.
Yeah, O'Malley would have like one entry to knock him out, and that's the fight. But don't you think Sabatello would be minus 1,000 against O'Malley?
No. I think O'Malley would be the favorite.
Yeah, but in reality, not the what people are betting. But he has nothing for Sabatello. Are you crazy?
I think I'd probably pick Sabatello to beat him.
I mean,
honestly.
you may have missed this guy that is not a wrestler, Peter Jan, doing whatever he wanted.
Yeah, no,
like whatever he wanted, any way he wanted when he decided to grapple. Like Sabatello will ride him like a condom too. Same night, Sandagen and O'Malley.
They need to make that happen. Just like have them lined up in a cage. Have Sabatello.
I think at some point the UFC may try to get Sabatello.
I hope so.
Yeah, great addition.
Yeah, I agree. Anyway, next fight we've got Amir Albazi, big favorite against Alessandro Costa. I think it's justified here. Glad to see Albazi back. I think he's pretty skilled. I do think he gets it done. I don't have a crazy breakdown. I don't have a bet here. I do think the price is justified, though. Do you have anything on this one?
No, I don't have nothing. Albazi he's legit. He's good grappler. He's a stand-up. He's not the best, but he gets it done. This guy he's fighting is not bad at all. The line may be a little bit wide, but I expect Albazi to get it done. It's just that I cannot find a line that I really like. Albazi by knockout maybe a little bit wide because his submission is super favored, but he's fighting a skilled grappler. Maybe he gets a lot of time, positions to pound, etc., etc. But yeah, I'm not sold. I'm going to just watch the fight. I'm not paying -1, I don't know, +115 on Albazi submission or something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. He's good, but the division is hot.
Fair enough. Co-main event, we have a great fight between Arman Tsarukyan and Damir Ismagulov. My thoughts on this one were not what I expected them to be pre-tape. I actually ended up liking Ismagulov here. I think it's going to be a close fight, and I do think there's value on him at +160. I like Ismagulov's defensive grappling. I think he's the better striker here. Tsarukyan, I'm a big fan of his. He obviously good grappler, strong, but I do think he's an inferior striker here. I think Ismagulov is hard to hold down. There's a fight, I forget the name of the guy, but there's a fight on in Russia, I think it was, where Ismagulov fought one of those Dagestani guys, and I was really impressed with his defensive grappling. He hasn't fought a pure wrestler in the UFC, but everyone who's attempted takedowns against him hasn't really gone well. So I think it's going to be a close fight. I'm picking Ismagulov, which I think is going to end up being a close decision. I know you're on the Arman side here, so tell everyone why.
Yeah, I think Arman is going to win like easily. I'm pretty heavy on him. He's one of the best lightweights in the world, and in a 3-rounder, he may be the best lightweight in the world. I know it's a hot take, but I want to bet him against Makhachev at a big number.
I think Makhachev would beat him again.
5 rounds, it's the problem because Arman is a big lightweight, cuts a lot, and the last 2 rounds against Gamrot were not a good look. But in a 3-rounder, against anyone, I know I bet Joel against him, and I would again, but that were massive numbers to finish. You know what I mean? It's always about the number. I think it's going to stop him. I don't like. I mean, Ismagulov is very good, but at the same time, there are things that I don't like. First of all, his fucking eye is fucking gross to watch. Have you seen that? Like he's fighting and he's like this all the time. I read this because someone hit him sparring at some gym and he has a nerve in the eye fucked up or something, and he's going to do it forever. And I think Ismagulov has a bad chin. Maybe a hot take. He was ready to go against Alves. Why is nobody talking about this? Alves is stupid and jumped guillotine, but he was like ready to go. And round 3, he was ready to go again. He was lucky to win that fight, in my opinion. I thought he could have lost the decision because I mean, round 1 he got like 4 minutes of top control, but he got dropped and he clearly lost round 3. What do you think about that one?
Say that again. Sorry.
You weren't even listening. No. How disrespectful! This is crazy.
Sorry. Go again.
Ismagulov was lucky to win against Alves. Round 1, he got a lot of top control, but he got dropped hard.
Dude,
and round 3 he lost clearly. He lost clearly round 3.
That's funny you say that because when I was watching the fight, I was like, everyone's saying like Ismagulov beat him easily. It's like he might like you counted him dropping him round 1.
I remember it live. I had Ismagulov inside the distance. Okay, it was the first time Alves lost a decision. Pathetic by Ismagulov. And when the decision was read, I was like, this may go either way. And people were like, oh, Ismagulov is money, never in doubt. He only got almost finished 40 times. Okay, bro. And the Guran fight, he should have lost that fight. I think he lost fair and square, but Herdin took the position away from Kutatelache in round 3. So that was the fight because round 1 was clear him. I think he got robbed. Not a great look again against a pure striker. Also, I have no idea how one judge had 30-27 Ismagulov. That's insane. He was badly hurt in round 1, like he was on skates. I think my main reasoning here for betting Arman heavy is like Ismagulov has not faced a good grappler in the UFC yet, and I don't think anyone outside of Gamrot or Makhachev, but Gamrot is a very specific defensive grappler. You know what I mean? He's going to Granby roll, very flexible. I don't think anyone else is stopping an all-out grappling assault by Tsarukyan in a 3-rounder because he knows it's only 3 rounds. He can go hard. And he's going to be either too close or too far away. He's going to be either kicking or mauling. And he has been talking big game about getting a stoppage here. You may have missed it too. I think it's going to fuck him up, honestly.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's a really exciting fight. This is probably the best fight. Definitely the best fight.
Yeah, by far. I mean, Strickland is a good fight, but this is a big.
Speaking of Strickland, I'm going to have you kick us off for that one. But first, 180 live viewers, guys. Real cool to get that many on a fight night card. Last one of the year. So, Magic, as always, it's been a pleasure doing this for 2022. Looking forward to breaking down many more fights in 2023 and beyond.
This is the last episode. It's a good time to break it out now. We are done with this shit.
We're done. No, but one more fight left to break down. Give me your thoughts. Sean Strickland versus Jared Cannonier, both coming off losses. Who do you think gets back in the win column?
Strickland is going to do exactly what he always does. And he's talking stupid shit with the reporters, like trying to make fun of them, whatever. Oh, I may wrestle, I may do that. He's not. He's going to come forward and walk behind the jab and throw volume at Jared and try not to die. And Jared is going to try to kill him while kicking his leg. This is not rocket science.
Yeah.
If Cannonier can put him out, which I doubt, unless his chin is gone after that knockout against Pereira, he's going to win. And if he cannot, he's going to get drawn in the volume and hurt probably. Strickland does damage. I mean, he doesn't throw big punches, but he does damage to people. He piles up the damage. I played the Strickland late round props because I think that's a good look. The fight is basically evens. If the fight as I see it, if the fight goes Strickland way, which means he doesn't die inside 10 minutes, he's going to start separating himself with volume, piling up the damage, etc., behind the jab, like he always does. And if a stoppage happens for Strickland, it's going to be late, in my opinion. You can play while Strickland is plus 100 or whatever he is, minus 110. You can get Strickland rounds 3, 4, or 5 at like 10-1. I think that has to be value in relation to the other line. It has to be. So yeah, why not? I actually think he's going to win the fight, so I'll take my shot. I wouldn't be surprised if Jared wins. Strickland doesn't check leg kicks, and he's there to be hit. I mean, he has kind of a strange but good defense. Pereira set him up, but I don't think Cannonier is that kind of a striker. Dangerous though.
I like Cannonier here. It's funny because I was going to make a lot of the same points that you like, but I come away with there being value on Cannonier. I bet him at plus 107, so I did get plus money on him, but I think he has the finishing upside. Strickland can't finish his dinner. Leg kick upside. Strickland a few months removed from a pretty bad knockout. My main concern on Cannonier is I think Strickland's going to, like you said, could pile on some volume late. But I think Cannonier could do enough to get out to an early lead between the leg kicks, maybe land some damaging shots, between the finishing upside. Also, one thing to note on the Cannonier side is he's getting up there in age. He's almost 40. So it's just, again, I thought he fared better against Adesanya than I thought he would. Not that he like looked great or it was a close fight or anything, but he gave a better representation of himself than I thought. But yeah, I'm picking Jared. It's not like my most confident take in the world, but I do think he should be a slight favorite here.
This guy's like a Strickland chain is gone. How do you know?
We don't know. Yeah, it's possible. We just don't know yet.
You sparred him, Rory Keohane. You folded him at Extreme Couture.
I've seen this take a lot on Twitter this week.
Strickland cannot wrestle him.
Strickland can't wrestle.
Like Brunson couldn't wrestle him. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Maybe late if Jared is like kind of dodging, but if he's dodging, Strickland is not going to start wrestling. He didn't wrestle Pereira. Why would he wrestle Cannonier?
Yeah. He's only landed. Let me count real quick.
He's a jabroni, bro.
He landed 0 takedowns against Pereira, 0 takedowns against Hermanson. He landed 4 against Hall, 0 against Jotko, 1 against Allen, 0 against Marshman, 0 against Taleb, 0 against Zaleski. Like he just doesn't even land 1 takedown more than
if there was ever a fight to grapple, it was Pereira, and he didn't even try.
Yeah. And John Phillips.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he was looking bad against Pereira or anything. He was looking all right. He just died. Just my 2 cents.
Yeah, Pereira, obviously a great finisher. Do you have a Lambo parlay for the week? I don't have access to my FanDuel or DraftKings right now, so I'm going to have to throw together a money line Lambo, which is going to be tough to do, but I'm going to try.
You're gonna go like Ismagulov, and that's it.
Yeah, good idea. I like that.
I mean, let me see.
Oh, can you parlay props on low vig? We're gonna find out.
Are you in Florida?
Yes, I am.
New York Police Department looking for you again. You have to fly.
Something like that.
I played. This is bullshit because I had Julian Marquez inside the distance on some degenerate shit. That is now, I cannot close it. This is ridiculous. I have it in everything. Okay, I'll go. I legit have Julian Marquez in all of them. It's stupid. I'll make another one right now. Live. Whatever. I'm going to go David Dorak, Brian Battle inside the distance, Majestate inside the distance for the culture, Said inside the distance. That's it. Because I'm going over the limit for this 100 to win 23,000. That's it. David Dorak moneyline, Brian Battle inside the distance, Majestate inside the distance, Nurmagomedov inside the distance. 100 to win 23,000. I'm fucking sick of not winning this. I do on the podcast. Every week they miss by some stupid shit.
Yeah.
Or some robbery or some bullshit.
I think last week my only one that missed was Hernandez inside the distance.
I had Duplessis by submission and Topuria by knockout, and he decided to choke out the carcass of Mitchell just to prove a point. I'm sure he submitted him just to prove a point, bro. He was done.
Yeah, I have no way to bet to make a Lambo parlay right now. So hopefully why don't you guys put it in for me? Hopefully one of you wins something. I'm going to go with Cannonier wins by knockout, which is plus 275. Going to go with Ismagulov in money line, which is like plus 165. Going to go with Brundage wins in round one, which is plus 800. And then lastly, I'm going to go with Saeed Nurmagomedov wins inside the distance plus 300. I don't know what that comes out to. I have no way to bet these right now, but
$5 to win a million.
$5 to win a million. Questions, comments. Are we going to do a Christmas episode?
Next week, I don't know. It will have to be next week because after that, I'm probably going to be in mountain.
Cool. We'll talk
Maybe
about it.
maybe next week, but it will have to be Wednesday, I think. I'm not sure. Maybe if people want. Last one was funny.
That one was hilarious.
Last one was the episode that all these crazy people came in, right? Like the first episode, Pumbaa appeared and all that.
Yeah. I'm gonna block you if you say something like that again. Nothing for me.
I think Niners to cover. But the Seahawks are, I don't know. They score on everyone pretty much. But I think the Niners should like ragdoll them.
Yeah, I remember that guy. Yeah, it seems like people
The
want
American Michael Jackson. Wow, so good.
Anything else you got for us, my friend?
Yeah, if you have any questions or whatever.
I'd love to have Bryce.
He had the flu, bro. He had the flu. I'm telling you, that wasn't. If he didn't have the flu, I don't know. Who knows? Could have gone either way. Yeah, Glover is fighting Hill. You see what Paul Craig did to Hill? I mean, Paul Craig destroyed Ankalaev, and Ankalaev got a title shot. And then Paul Craig destroyed Yamahal Hill, and Hill gets a title shot. You have to get destroyed. Who's next? Shogun Rua for the title shot?
I scored at 29-28, Gordon.
I had 30-27. Round 2 could go either way, in my opinion, but it was a robbery. Rounds 1 and 3 were very clear. They robbed me like 35,000. Disgusting, gross. But yeah. In hindsight, I should have like after a couple of rounds or something bet Paddy Life big, but I was so sure Gordon was winning. You know what I mean?
I thought he was too. I thought I was different from you actually. I thought round 3 could have went to Patty. I thought rounds 1 and 2 went to Gordon.
I think he won every round. Like honestly.
Well, the crazy thing is round 1 was the most obvious round of the fight.
I mean, two judges have round 1 for Paddy, and you know I'm never saying. I may say this decision is bad, this is a but I don't say this shit is fixed. I think the only time I have said something was fixed was the Miner fight, which has been proven to be fixed, right? Which I thought it was fixed to lose by knockout. This fight, I'm not. I don't want to say it was fixed or something, but how can two judges give Paddy round 1, man? It's like. Is somebody telling you before the fight, like patting you in the back, like anything close round 1 you give to Paddy, you know what to do or something like that? Which is not fixing the fight, but you know what I mean?
Kinda. 2023 predictions we'll cover in our Christmas.
No, who is this bum?
Who?
Is this Bryce Mitchell? We found his Barner.
Who?
Strickland's Barner is actually Bryce. This is the kind of thing Bryce will do. He thinks he's slick.
He says brother, just like Bryce. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, he was getting assaulted by a marauder. You may have missed that part, but
make the rematch and give me the same odds, and we'll see.
Oh, I mean, Topuria didn't really get him with something like big, very clean. You know what I mean?
He missed a couple, that much. A couple
but
times.
He ate a lot of shots. Like he took a lot. I mean, after the fight, his face was destroyed. He looked like he was coming back from war. Like he was in shock. He was suffering a shock or something. That was a beatdown.
Yeah.
It was crazy because I was listening to the English commentary and Joe Rogan was like, "Oh, this is an error going to the ground with
Yeah.
Bryce Mitchell now that he's got him hurt. Oh, Bryce gets up now." He was like killing him. I was like, "What is he watching?"
Yeah, I didn't get that at all. I went to bed. I still haven't watched it. I went to bed after the Gordon fight.
I had it 48-47 on Kalayev. And I had bet on Jan. Not tracked or anything. I took some Jan before the fight. But people saying it was a robbery are stupid. It wasn't a robbery. It could have gone either way. 48-47, a draw is fine too. Like, it depends on round 1. Round 2, round 3, clear Blachowicz. Round 4, round 5, clear Ankalaev. Round 5, maybe a 10-8. Round 1 was very, very close, and it was the decider. People acting like it was a robbery. I mean, I don't get it. Are you stupid or what?
Tough beat. All right. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. Like and subscribe. We've had a fun time doing this all year. I just would like to read a stat, if you don't mind. Between the two of us, this podcast is up 155 units this year. So I just want to give us.
And I'm not done yet because Charukian is coming.
Yeah. Amen.
That's going to up one way and going the other way. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, we had a fun time doing this. Hopefully you've been able to make some money with us, and we might be back for a Christmas episode, but if not, we're looking forward to doing it again in 2023. So thanks again. And Magic, the floor is yours.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. I was this close to not making this episode. Actually, I was considering not doing it. But yeah, thank you everyone that likes and all that. It's fun doing this. If not, I wouldn't do it, honestly. Like, if I didn't like doing it, even if we were making little money or something, I wouldn't do it.
Yeah, same.
I'm that serious about this. Like, it's the only time we really talk, like, and it's not a message. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. I guess we will be back in January. Who knows? But I guess we will be back.
Cool. Well, thanks again, guys. Enjoy the fights this weekend, and we'll maybe see you for a Christmas episode. Peace.